2 points, and they give me a graph, and they tell me graph the line and find the equation. Okay? So let's look at an example. The question is asking, find the equation of the line passing through points 3, 1 and 6, 3, and they gave me a graph, a grid. So I locate the points on the grid. So I locate the 3, 1, 3, 1, and I locate 6, 3, and I graph my line. Now I have the graph. What do I do to find my equation of the line? What do I need? I need the y-intercept. What else do I need? The slope, the rise and the run. The first thing I want to find is the rise and the run. So let's look at the rise and the run. So I'm going up by 1, 2, right? Going up by 2. And going over by 1, 2, 3. So 3, 2. So that means my slope is 2 over 3. You guys agree with that? You rise over the run, so it's 2 over 3. Now, is it clear from my graph where the y-intercept is? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Do I want to take chances? I wouldn't take chances. So I know what my slope is, and I know at least one point that goes through my line. So you remember what we did in the previous question? We're going to do exactly the same thing. So I will plug in 2 over 3 in for x, and I'm going to use one of my points, either this or the other one, or 6, 3. I'm going to use one of them, plug them in for x and y, and solve for my b. Do you guys understand that part? So, x is 3, y is 1. So 1 equals 2 over 3 times 3 plus b. I have 2 over 3 times 3. What would that simplify to? So let's look at this. 2 over 3 times 3 over 1. Right? We talked about this before. 6 over 3. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. Right? So that's going to be 1 equals to 2 plus b. Then what do I do to find b? Move the 2 over, it becomes minus 2. So 1 minus 2 equals b. So b equals to negative 1. I kind of can tell that it does go through negative 1, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I couldn't guess. Okay? But it does make sense that b is negative 1. So then my equation is y equals 2 over 3x minus 1. example right here, and this is probably the hardest one of all. Okay? In this case, you also given 2 points, but they don't give you a graph to plot it and find the slope. So you're going to have to actually do calculation for the slope. So it's not graphing and looking for your rise and run. There is a formula that we know to use to find the slope. What's the formula that we know to find the slope? y2 minus y1 minus x1. That's very good. Okay? So remember that these are your points. You're going to have to label them. How do I label the points? What will I label this one? x1, y1, because that's my first point. I'm going to start with x1, y1. What would be my second point? x2, y2. Now, I'll take my formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and I will plug in the information in it. So what's y2? 3. Minus, what's y1? Negative 5. Let's be minus negative 5 over. What's x2? Negative 1 minus negative 3. So here we have to be careful because this is where you're going to have a lot of negatives, right? So 3 minus negative 5. When I have minus and negative right after each other, what does that give me? Positive. So I have 3 plus 5 over negative 1 minus negative 3. What do I write? Negative 1. What's minus negative 3? Negative and negative after each other gives me? So plus 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So 8 over 2 is 4, and that is my slope. Okay? You see that now I have the slope, and I have 2 points. It's the same thing as what I did earlier. I can write my slope in, and I can pick one of the points, plug them in for x and y, solve for b. So for the past 3 questions, we've been doing that. Okay? So, which point do you want to pick? Doesn't matter. It doesn't. I usually go for the point that does not have too many negatives, just because negatives sometimes can be tricky. Doesn't matter, it does not matter. Okay? So, which one do you want me to pick? First one or second one? First one? Okay, because that's the harder one, okay? Y is negative 5 and x is negative 3. So, what's 4 times negative 3?
Negative 12.
Yeah. And now what do I do?
You bring it over.
Bring the negative 12 over, it becomes
Positive.
positive 12. And that's going to give me 7. Y equals, my slope is 4, and my b is 7.